Hello, I'm Professor Rich, and this is TYT History, sort of. I'm not going to do a history lesson right now. I was watching the news, and I got angry, and I just have to rant. And I feel like this is appropriate because it's about what I care about, what I talk about, which is history. So I saw that Newt Gingrich dropped out today, and as he dropped out, he stood up there on the podium, and he said that Barack Obama was the most liberal president in the history of the United States. And I thought, this is a guy who claims to be an historian. This is a guy who took $10 million a year to be an historian and give advice based on his historical knowledge. And he's going to stand up there and look at us and expect us to take him seriously when he says Barack Obama is the most liberal president. And I'm not even talking about the issues that Jank talks about. I mean, you don't have to get into a deep analysis here. For example, Abraham Lincoln precipitated an entire war to free black people. FDR, New Deal, used the federal government to employ millions of Americans, Social Security, direct aid to needy families, legalized unions, began the serious regulation of business. Harry Truman stood up and proposed a plan for a single-payer government-funded health care plan, proposed a plan to have the government provide employment for anyone who couldn't find a job. Richard Nixon had a proposal to guarantee a minimum income for every family in America of what would be in 2012 dollars, $8,500 a year. And you're telling me that Barack Obama is the most liberal president in American history. Now I know it's all rhetoric and he's trying to win an election, but why does anybody take this guy seriously as an historian? He's a joke. And I never hear him attacked this way. I mean, yeah, there are people who attack his crazy ideas about the moon and his sex life and his bad proposals and all this stuff. But nobody ever points out that the dude is either a horrible historian or a compulsive liar, which is actually probably more appropriate. Here's another point I want to make about Newt Gingrich. He loves to talk about is what he thinks should be the model for going forward in this country. He likes to point back to the building of the Transcontinental Railroad. And what he's trying to say is that in the building of the Transcontinental Railroad, the government enabled large corporations by giving them millions of acres of public land and millions of dollars of public money. And, of course, in the end, we got the Transcontinental Railroad. Well, that's true. But what he's leaving out is the incredible disaster that this program was. Of course, we know that the railroad companies built the Transcontinental Railroad horribly mistreated their workers, including having work conditions so bad it led to the deaths of countless Chinese workers, as well as many Irish workers coming from the other direction. We know that the fraud and the stock watering and the building the tracks longer than they needed to be because the government was paying for them, and the loans that were never expected to be paid back, cost the American taxpayer millions of dollars. I don't even know what it would be in 2012 dollars. We know that in the end, when the Transcontinental Railroad was finally built, these same railroad owners who had bribed Congress to get all these benefits ended up owning the railroads and all the land around them so they could get even richer and richer and richer. How? Through fair market competition? Through laissez-faire? No, through bribing the government. And I know that in reality, this is what Newt wants. But how come nobody ever calls him out on this? How come nobody ever points out that the building of the Transcontinental Railroad was a giant boondoggle, an enormous fiasco, where we hemorrhaged government dollars unnecessarily? It drives me crazy. Oh, and not to mention that the big scale, you probably know that the Grant administration, U.S. Grant, was riddled with scandal. Well, the biggest of those scandals was the Credit Mobilier scandal, which is a scandal where a French company came over here and defrauded the American government out of enormous amounts of money. This is what Newt Gingrich says should be the model going forward. And no one ever calls him out on it. Now, I know what the argument is here. People are going to say, well, we need the Transcontinental Railroad, and we got that, and so we just have to deal with all the bad. Why? I mean, you don't have to have all these terrible things to build a big national transportation system. A century later, we built an interstate highway system. We didn't have these kind of problems. It may not have been perfect, but it wasn't anything like the disaster that was the Transcontinental Railroad in terms of fraud and theft and bad government. It's the same thing the bankers say today. Well, you got to have a banking system, so we can do whatever we want. And what are you going to do? Not have a banking system? Well, we'll have a banking system, but we don't have to have this banking system, and we don't have to have that business model when it comes to having the government interact with corporations that we had in the 1800s that Newt calls for all the time. You know, I'm a teacher. It's an important job. I don't go around and say, hey, we're going to defraud you. We're going to take everything we can. We're going to demand you give us everything because what are you going to do? Not have teachers? You have a job, right? Is it an important job? Can you just walk around and say, hey, you just got to deal with whatever bad things come out of my industry, and we're going to take anything we can get, and you're going to shut up and take it because what are you going to do, live without us? No, the only people who do that are CEOs and bankers. Why do we put up with it? It's gross. And this is the world Newt Gingrich dreams of. Unfortunately, it's kind of the world we live in. I just can't stand it. If you're listening to that guy to understand history, you're a fool. That man is a terrible historian, or somebody who is incapable of telling the truth. And the only way that Barack Obama, he could be serious when he calls him the most liberal president of all time, is if he thinks the word liberal means black. And I'm not even saying this is an attack on Obama. I'm just saying this is an attack on our common sense. I mean, anybody who can sit there and take this man seriously is a clown. Anyway, thanks for listening to me rant. Sorry about that. Next time, we'll go back to doing real history. I don't know if you learned anything, but we'll see you next time.